07, 1986. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Well, yeah, I knew I'm going to get around. It was only a matter of time before I get around to talk about this whole situation. Yes, I'm going to be talking about the Skullgirls situation. Yeah, I do play Skullgirls. Not the PS4 version. I got the PlayStation 3 version. Thank God I got the PS3 version, not the PS4 version or the Steam version, because for what I'm hearing right now, it's actually not looking good for Skullgirls. For the Skullgirls on those systems, including Skullgirls Mobile, even though I do got the game in my library on Google Play. But the reason why this is happening, I'll reveal it after I read this article. I'm reading this from Bounding in the Comics on this one. Current Skullgirls devs censor popular fighting game series in the spirit of better reflecting our values and our broad vision moving forward. In a move that nearly fundamentally goes against the original spirit of the entire IP, current Skullgirls owner Autumn Games have announced that they will be censoring numerous media related to the popular fighting game in order to have it reflect their values and broad visions of the game moving forward. Born from a combination of illustrator Alex Ahad, personal character designs, and popular fighting game competitor Mike Z. Zymont own proprietary game engine, Skullgirls revolve around the world's constant battle over the Skullheart, an artifact which appears once every 7 years and grants a wish to any woman who comes possessed of it. However, should her desire be deemed impure in any way, a fate which has befallen every single user of the Skullheart thus far, the woman will instead be turned into a titular Skullgirl, an immoral being hell-bent on delivering a twisted monkey paw version of their original wish. Making its worldwide debut in 2012, courtesy of publisher Autumn Games, Skullgirl was initially teased to receive a number of future content updates, such as new voice tracks and additional characters. Unfortunately for Ahad and Zymont, these plans for continued support were torpedoed when Autumn Games was accused of fraud in relation to their development of Def Jam Rap Star. Due to Autumn Games being caught up in various legal battles related to this accusation, development of Skullgirls was subsequently languished to the point where the aforementioned company chose not to renew its contract with the game's developer, Reverge Labs. Out of jobs, the Reverge Labs team was soon reformed as Lab Zero Games, before subsequently being rehired to continue to work on Skullgirls by Autumn Games, who simultaneously revealed that they are now in full ownership of the game's IP. While development on the fighting game would continue to ebb and flow over the years, days would come to a head in 2020 when Zymont was accused of sexual misconduct in relation to the personal interactions with popular streamer Bunny Ayu. Ooh, man. In the wake of this accusation, Lab Zero Games called on Zymont to resign. Refusing to do so, he in turn responded by clearing the studio board and later its entire employee base before assuming sole ownership of the entity as a whole. All of which would promptly both Autumn Games and Skullgirls mobile developer in Variable Studios to cut ties with Lab Zero Games and Zymont effective immediately. The Fire staff reconnected under the new banner of Future Club. The twice reborn studio would go on to reach an agreement in March 2021 to return to work on Skullgirls. While the game would continue to exist with its core identity untouched for the next 2 years, June 24, 2023 would see Hidden Vario Studios co-founder and creative director Charlie Mighty Zug Price announce that his team, Autumn Games and Future Club, will be undertaking a massive censorship campaign across the entire Skullgirls IP, including Skullgirls Mobile, the second Encore, which is available on modern consoles, and the franchise digital art compendium. There we go. Yeah, it took me a while to get it right. As we look ahead towards the future of Skullgirls, we have reflected upon past decisions regarding certain content that has undermined the many things that make Skullgirls truly unique and special. Explained Price in a post made to both the Skullgirls mobile forum and the franchise official Twitter account. As such, as part of our most recent round of updates across all platforms, consoles, and mobile, we have decided to make some changes to certain legacy content in the spirit of better reflecting our values and our broad vision of Skullgirls moving forward. Oh, they kill me with, they really kill me when they say we better reflecting on our values. That's how they get ya. That's how they get ya. In this end, Price then revealed that there were three specific areas where they focused their perpetual attention. The first were the game's allusion to real-world hate groups, most notably Parasol's Nazi stormtrooper-inspired Black Immigrants unit. While the Renor family and the Black Immigrants were always intended to evoke imagery from an oppressive militant regime, we felt that the way that manifests, most notably via red armbands, flags, and symbolism, was too close for comfort, essentially given the unfortunate reality that some of these hate groups are still active in various respects of this day, said Price. As such, you will notice that Eric Soldiers no longer features armbands and that the heritage of the Black Immigrants organization has been adjusted. This is a holistic path that applies to in-game frames, concept art, story mode art, and more. Hold on, got to select another character real quick. The next game, unsurprisingly, the game's element of character sexualization and agency. Agency. Yeah, okay, agency. Okay, I have to check. Sometimes words don't. Sometimes I can't read big words. Alright. There we go. While Skullgirls is no stranger to characters that confidently express their sexuality, there are instances in the game where characters are fetishized and or have sexualization imposed upon them, argued Price. This includes a few depictions of unwanted predatory behavior, particularly towards younger characters. While alluring to some of this can be narratively meaningful, we have made a number of small adjustments throughout the game to ensure that this content is less exploitative, i.e. the beginning of Philia story mode. I mean to be perfectly... Oh, dang, that's good. To be perfectly honest, they could have just made age her up to legal age, but no, let's do with that, okay? That's just me. And finally, the developers also sought to address the number of items related to racial sensitivity. Oh god, they killed me with this one too! While there are numerous playful references to popular themes that we feel respectfully alluded to certain stereotypes, i.e. the sexploitation voice-over pack, we have made adjustments to some content that we believe to be in poor taste. References to racial violence in Big Band's story mode. It's still noted that Big Band's story mode does not contain any explicit racism. Rather, the reference in question involves Big Band beating by his fellow police officers, which Autumn Games abstainingly believes touches too close to real-world instances of police brutality. Yeah. Drawing the announcement to a close, Price assures, we of course realize that some members of the Skullgirls community may disagree with these changes, either in terms of how we choose to address them, or whether they were in fact issues that warranted addressing in the first place. Please know that all these choices have been made following carefully consideration and lengthy discussion among all members of the current development team. Beyond this post, we do not intend to discuss the particulars of these changes further, he ultimately declared. We are confident that this will provide a more sound foundation of Skullgirls that we can all be proud of as we continue to grow and expand the universe in the years to come. Yeah, I really doubt that, to be perfectly honest. I really doubt that. The future of Skullgirls has never looked brighter. And it's all thanks to you and your efforts to help us get to where we are today. Right. I'm sorry. Did anybody hear the biggest crock of shit? Yeah, I figured. Well, Price posts only vaguely touched upon the changes made to the IP. Autumn Games has provided a full list of changes made to both Skullgirls Mobile and the full Skullgirls Second Encore. As of writing, a small list has yet to be produced for the Skullgirls Digital Art Compendium. Yeah, I figured as much. I really figured it. I really figured as much. But yeah, let's just say that it did not, and it really didn't end well for them. It really didn't end well for the Skullgirls developers. As much, you had a lot of people who actually came out and saying that they are uninstalling the game, both on consoles, PC, and mobile, and they were leaving mostly negative reviews for this game as protests. I mean, no surprise. Yeah, they were leaving negative reviews left and right on Steam, man. I seen it. It was brutal. And yeah, let's just say that people were pissed off about it because it's like they already bought the game, and the game's supposed to have everything they wanted, and yet they changed this for no reason, but to try to act like, oh, we care about stuff now. And also, and here's another thing. I hear some people are saying that maybe, just fucking maybe, they could just added, like a censored Switch, like Platinum Games did with Bayonetta 3 on the Nintendo Switch, so that way both sides could be fucking happy. But no, they decided to go this route and only make one side happy. The terminally online idiots, the terminally online people on Twitter who never supported them in the first place are never gonna fucking buy their game. So yeah, there's that. And you're probably wondering, well, what's that surprise? What's that thing I was saying, the reason why they did this? Well, here it is. The reason why they did this is because this is the first year where Skullgirls will finally be in EVO. You know, EVO, the fighting game? The fighting game competition. Yeah, this will be the first year finally being EVO, and they try to make sure that the game is, within EVO's core values. Yeah, I know, that's a crock of shit too. Even I said that shit too. But yeah, we're definitely gonna see how this one plays out. But all I can say is that it's not looking well for them, and honestly, they kind of fucked themselves on this one. But I will say this on the whole thing: if you got like the Xbox 360 version or the PlayStation 3 version of Skullgirls Encore, which truly does on this PS3, there won't be. It's perfectly safe. It won't have that patch, but. Yeah, they really fucked up on this one. They really did. But I'll leave the article on this one, but I'm going to say this right off the bat. Censorship doesn't do nothing. It doesn't really protect, it doesn't really move art forward. It just, censor creativity, to be perfectly honest. But, like I said, they'll be all like, oh, the only people who are upset about it is just fucking weebs and everything. I'm like, yeah, but this game, though, this game was like everything what everybody wanted. And by doing this, seems kind of drastic. And like I said, they only did this shit because of one reason only, because Skullgirls will be in this year's EVO. So, yeah. But that's just my 2 cents of the whole thing is. I'll leave the link to this Bounding into Comics one. But yeah. I don't think it's gonna work out in their favor. And that's just saying mildly on that one. But I would like to know what you think on this one. I really want to know what you think of this one. As always, be sure to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss an update. Share with friends, share with your neighbors, share with others, and that's about it. Until next time, this is Sean 007 1986 signing off. Thank you for watching this video, it really means a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, peace. But, wow. Fucking wow. Fucking wow. Yeah. In the spirit of better reflecting our values and our broad vision for moving forward. Right. You're only saying that shit because the game's finally in Evo. Wow. It's better to burn out than to fade the fuck away.